and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dewayne Kimble, owner and founder of CAMD89, VA Claims Consulting, Leave No Vet Behind, and also I'm a United States Army veteran. Today I'm bringing another educational video as it pertains to the VA disability compensation claims process. Today's video, I'm going to be discussing what is a deferred issue and when can a VA adjudicator assign a deferred issue, okay? So I have 5 slides for you today. We're going to go through this. I'm going to explain the ins and outs as it pertains to deferred issue. So slide number 1. Here in slide number 1, you can see this is the M21 manual reference. Now this is not the 38 CFR. I always go into the M21 reference, but when you look in the M21 reference, at the end of most manual references, there will be a 38 CFR, okay? I use the M21 because, again, it's easier to search. It's easier for me to find things in the 38 CFR as it pertains to the topic that I'm looking up in the M21 and some court cases, okay? So the first M21, this is from the VA's website, okay? Definition, a partial rating decision. A partial rating decision is a rating decision that provides a decision on some issues of a claim, but defers a decision on at least one other issue pending the outcome of additional development. Okay, so that's a key word there, additional development. That additional development can be anything, okay? But in this last slide that I'm going to show today, I'm going to give you some examples of what additional development could be, okay? A lot of times, VA adjudicators, they don't spell it out for the veteran, and the veteran is still confused on, hey, why is this issue deferred, okay? So moving on, slide number 2. Here in slide number 2, this M21 explains to the adjudicator when to defer an issue, okay? And it states, deferred issue when the rating activity receives a claim that is under development or incomplete. 2 key words, under development or incomplete, when proper disposition of that issue depends on resolution of a development action. Very confusing. I'm going to simplify it for you by giving you an example. So let's just take undeveloped or complete. On the VA Form 21-526CZ, there's in section 17 it asks, have you sought any treatment from any private facilities? And you list a couple of doctors in that section. The VA is required by law to send you a medical release form for you to sign and return back to them, and then they send it to the doctor to obtain those records. Now, some other videos I state when you do that, you just add about, I would say, anywhere between 4 to 6 months onto your claim, okay? One thing that I did, I went out, I got those records myself and submitted them with my claim, okay? So that's the requirement when you write, you sought treatment from a private physician, okay? They have to do due process by law to go out, get your permission to go out and get those records, all right? So let's just say you had multiple contentions. Go to the CMP exam, they come back with positive opinion on some of them, but one of them, there's a negative opinion. Well, then the adjudicator could go ahead, grant service connection for those other conditions, but the one that has the negative opinion, they have to get the deferred, they have to defer that issue because it's under development because they didn't go out, you put down that doctor's information, and that VSR did not go out and complete that development to get the medical release form from you and send it to the doctor. So they cannot adjudicate that claim until those actions are complete, okay? So that's just a quick example of undevelopment or incomplete, all right? Moving on, slide number 3. Here in slide number 3, the M21 states deciding some issues while deferring others. This is similar to the example that I just gave you. When deferring an issue in a partial rating decision, the decision must award at least one issue. So if there's 20 different conditions, okay, claim conditions, the adjudicator can grant one and then defer the rest if they want to, okay? Reduce or propose to reduce a benefit. Forget one of those, that's not good news. We're not going to get into reductions or propose to reduce or adverse action. Sever, which is even worse, or propose to sever service connection, or propose to implement a findings of incompetency for payment purposes and may deny one or more issues for which adequate evidence exists to decide the claim. Okay, so again, going back to that example that I just gave you from the previous slide, they can grant X amount of conditions, claim conditions, but then they can defer others. And again, they have to put that reason why they deferred it, all right? Moving on, slide number 4. Here in slide number 4, these are some examples, okay? I gave you an example on one of the previous slides, but this is some examples that they list, and these examples go along with the previous slide in that M21. So it says, it is proper to prepare a rating decision that grants service connection for hypertension at a non-compensable. Non-compensable is 0%. Compensable is 10%, okay? At a non-compensable level based on service treatment records and VA outpatient treatment reports. Now keep in mind, this is just an example that they're using. They deny service connection for asthma and bilateral hearing loss and defer the issue of an increased evaluation for service-connected arthritis pending a VA examination. So their deferral reason is, hey, we're able to, we can't adjudicate this claim condition because we need a VA examination. So what that means is they're going to schedule you for an examination, all right? Example number 2, propose a reduction in evaluation of service-connected lung cancer, denies service connection for major depressive disorder, and defers the issue of entitlement for service connected for dermatitis pending the outcome of request for a medical opinion. All right, so in that last slide, this particular example kind of refers to the I think it was the bottom 3 bullet comments, okay? So it's key that you understand that, all right? Moving on, slide number 5. Now, this is just something that I wanted to type up as an example of how it looks in a VA rating decision. I'm going to pin the video that I did on the difference between the notification letter and rating decision, how you distinguish the two when you receive them, because they both come in the same packet. This is on the decision, rating decision. So as you can see in the decision section, it says service connection for obstructive sleep apnea is granted with an evaluation of 50% effective, and it gives the date, all right? Then it says a decision on entitlement to compensation for PTSD is deferred. So they're telling you in the decision section what was granted and what was deferred. Now, in the reasons for decision, you go to it and it says compensation for post-traumatic stress disorder. The issue of compensation for PTSD is deferred for the following information. Further development to confirmed your claim stressor. Okay. Now, when I rate it, I tried to give the vet as much information as possible as to why I was deferring that issue. So it says further development. Most adjudicators today, they just say further development, and that's it. And you don't know what that further development is. It could be for a VA examination. It could be to go out and get additional medical records from a private doctor that you said, private mental health physician that you said treated you. But in here, I use the example further development to confirm your claim stressor. So we weren't able to confirm that stressor we need to go out and do more development to confirm it before we just adjudicated that particular condition. So I know that was a lot of information, but again, it's important for you, the veteran, to read that rating decision. Not only just look at, oh, I got service connected and I got my 80% and they're giving me $15,000, $20,000 back pay, I'm good. But they deferred these issues for what? And you don't take the time to read it and most importantly, understand it, okay? So there's other M21 references out there on deferred issues. There's other 38 CFRs and even court cases. This is just a snapshot of that so you can start your research there. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.